Payday, that is. And you see the wave. That means the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck can fire up the lights on top. And 20 strong late models making their way out. Again, you had to qualify to make this weekend. The way you did that was show up for 4 features throughout our racing season. 20 late model drivers decided they would take Lucas Oil Speedway up on it, and Johnny Finewald, who did not start the season in a late model, started in a stock car, and the first month of the season he ended up in the catch fence in his stock car over in turn number 3. Went to a backup car and told us early on in the year, I got a surprise for you. The Flash came back in a late model, picked up a win in his 3rd race out, and now he's looking for a big payday. He will start on the pole. On his outside, Jimmy Dow looked extremely sporty in his heat race. The pilot of the 81, having one of the better runs he has had all season long. He gets to start in 2nd. Justin Wells has been bad fast, your champ, 10-time winner. Been almost untouchable. He will start inside row number 2. While he's your point leader, the guy that finished 2nd in the points is outside of him and Brian Allison. Back in row number 3, Larry Jones and Tucker Cox. Tucker out of Jefferson City and Larry Jones out of El Dorado Springs. Jim Greenway and Bobby Ruff in row 4. Darren Phillips in row 5. Then you see row 6 move to the outside and to the inside, making a 4-wide salute. That is the 72 of J.C. Morton and Kyle Graves. Jace Parmalee and Jake Morris back in row 7. As they come down the front stretch, fans, they go 4 wide for you. A special show for the late models. Show your appreciation of them as the cars and stars of the Hermitage Lumber Late Model Series give you a wave down the front stretch, wave right back at them.
Great set of drivers, great set of cars here tonight in the Fall Brawl night number 1 from right here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
So the cars from row 6 on back lift off the loud pedal. The cars on the front get back on it. They take back to their formation. Rest of the starting grid in row 8. It's Frank Escamilla and the Silver Fox and Tommy Cordray. He got his car put back together after an incident in his heat race. Bob Cummings and Josh Newman in row 9, and Joe Walkenhorst and Sean Whitman. They will round out your field of 20 cars. Looks as though we got everybody out there ready to roll for 30 times around. Normally we run 20 laps. Special shows through our weekly racing series. You jump it up to 25. We'll tack another 5 on and put another $1,000 in the paycheck. Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. Lights are on, but they will go dark after they cross underneath the Foley Equipment flag stand. Mike Striegel, he's got the green flag in hand, getting ready to let Johnny Finewald set the field tempo as the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck goes to the high side. Johnny Finewald has become a master of starts and restarts over his career. A 3-time late model champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway. The defending track champ right behind him in Justin Wells. Can anyone deeper in the field make some noise? Larry Ferris is back in row 5, J.C. Morton in row 6. They've both won in 2023. Who will take home $2 grand tonight in the Fall Brawl?
On that front row, side by side, coming out of turn number 2, it is Jimmy Dow and the Flash, Johnny Finewald. As they come into 3 and out of 4, still side by side, it's going to be Dow with the advantage.
Telling you, Doug, Jimmy Dow's got something special tonight. We have not seen this out of the 81 all year long. The question is, he's this fast, he's up front. Do you get too excited? This is a long race. Can you conserve your tires for 30 laps? The track is held up extremely well. It's not rubbered up, it's not rutted up. So Jimmy Dowell's got the opportunity to pick and choose where he wants to go. Conserve those tires, get some gap between you and Johnny Finewald, and so far he's done it. We are only 3 laps in, and he is out by a full second, and he has already caught up with Bob Cummings.
Almost taken into the back of Bob Cummings. Johnny Finewald, the Flash, with the same problem. The 51 of Larry Ferris, taking the hard right turn out of turn number 2, going off early, unlike Ferris.
And again, with this being a long race, you wonder, does Justin Wells, who's now back in 3rd, have the ability to let this track come to him and start to eat away at the top 2 cars? Sean Whitman in the 13, he's off the pace and into the infield down the back chute. Dowell off of turn 4, high, wide, and handsome. Down the front stretch he will go, and that lead is now built up to a 1.5 seconds over the Flash.
It is Dowell up front. Finewald in that 2nd spot, not being able to get in and catch Jimmy Dowell. Dowell looking for traffic this time on the back of it as the 3rd spot, that is the 98 of Justin Wells. Wells, the Aurora, Missouri native, battled for 4th. The 99 of Jones and Tucker Cox in the 1.
And now things will get interesting. They've caught up with lap traffic. Jimmy Dowell's lead cut in half. Johnny Finewald has caught up with him. They get around Bob Cummings. They get around the 40 to make those cars go a lap down. And as they do that, it's the 40 that drops to the infield of Josh Newman. That lead down to 0.5 seconds. Jimmy Dowell had gotten it up to a 1.5 seconds. Justin Wells 2 seconds behind Johnny Finewald, running in 3rd. More lap traffic off of turn 4. The lapped cars stay to the inside for the most part, and now a big hit down on the backstretch, and that is the car of Darren Phillips. Not sure who he made contact with, but it is shredded. It started all the way over in turn number 2, and to my understanding, he got ruffled up with the big white tire, and 9 times out of 10, the tire's going to win.
Yeah, absolutely, and not seeing any damage on anybody else. It had to be the 21 versus the tire, and I think the tire won this one.
Lots of debris down the backstretch, debris over in turns 3 and 4 as well. So Jimmy Dowell had gotten a 1.5 seconds lead over Johnny Finewald. They get to lap traffic, and Finewald cuts it down to a 0.5 seconds. The good news, I think, now for Jimmy Dowell is you don't have to deal with lap traffic for a few more laps. He was very good in open air. He was good whenever he didn't have to navigate traffic. That really is where Johnny Finewald made his ground up. That's a bad break for Johnny Finewald, but I think Johnny's really good on restarts. He's got an opportunity to stay with the 81 whenever the green flag comes back out, and he may be in prime position too.
Well, Jimmy Dowell starting on that restart, and he had a good restart had a good start on it earlier. We're going to see if he can continue that. If he does, he could be able to pull away from Johnny Finewald. Finewald better on the longer run, so we'll find out how this is going to work. Justin Wells looms behind.
You know, we've said for a couple years now, if Darren Phillips didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. And that goes for his late model. That goes for his stock car, too. Just seems like he is in the wrong place at the wrong time. And whether it be mechanical issues, he was last year, I remember, with his stock car running extremely well and had something break and it flipped him. And that was over in turn number 1 late in the year. Picked up a win in a stock car this year. He did that at Bolivar. As you look in on Josh Newman, may have had a little bit of a fire underneath the hood. Get the canister out. Making sure there's no more damage to Josh Newman's car. You're going to have to charge him for that fire extinguisher. That's not the safety crew putting that fire out. That's Josh.
Not anymore. One to go, given to the field, this time by Striegel as we come around. Delaware restart, it's going to be Jimmy Dow, the 18, starting on the point right behind him. A couple of individuals who'd like to get around him. That is the 21 of Johnny Fenwell, the Flash, the 98 of the 2023 late model champion here for Lucas Oil Speedway. That is Justin Wells.
Well, no doubt the top 3 cars have been running the top 3 fastest lap times. Jimmy Dow, hands down the fastest on the track out of anybody. He has by a full 10th over Johnny Fenwell.
Into 3 and out of turn number 4 this time. Green flag in the air. We're back up underway. It is going to be Jimmy Dow. He pulls away. Now the battle for second. It is Justin Wells, Johnny Fenwell, side by side into 3. Now coming out of turn number 4. They still continue to battle. It is going to be Fenwell. Takes that second spot away. Wells goes to 3rd, but here comes Larry Jones.
Track now with a little bit of character, and Justin Wells discovered that character, knocked him out of the groove. Jones is able to take advantage. He jumps up to 3rd. Tucker Cox is there. Can he break into the top 4 with a pass to the inside of Justin Wells? Not going to happen this time as Wells stays to the outside, so it's Dow and Fenwell. Jimmy Dow with the second lead over the Flash. Justin Wells back around Larry Jones. And now Tucker Cox to the inside of Jones. Great battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And it goes to Justin Wells for the time being.
As they come around now, back on the back of the lap, it is the Bob Cummings number 6. As they come around, both of them get around well on traffic. Here comes Fenwell. Fenwell looks to the inside of Dow, can't make the pass. Dow shuts the door this time around. 14 laps in the books.
Next time around, they'll get the cross flags from Mike Striegel. We have reached the midway point. You saw a charge put on by Johnny Fenwell. Goes back to the opening comments of how well can you maintain your tires if you're Jimmy Dow running out front. Johnny Fenwell extremely good at doing the exact same thing, but Justin Wells, who had dropped back and was almost about ready to get punted back to 5th, he's gotten around Tucker Cox and Larry Jones, and now he is charging towards the front, but another Boone's Barbecue caution will come out. This one's for Frank Escamilla. This is in turns 1 and 2 as he spins it around. Yellow comes out, woeing the field down again. This time Jimmy Dow had built up a second advantage over Johnny Fenwell.
So as they roll over here, Jimmy Dow still up front at the halfway point. It is Johnny Fenwell, the Flash, in that 21 car from Appleton City, Missouri. In second. 3rd belongs to the Hall of Famer. That is Justin Wells, the Aurora, Missouri, number 98. As they roll through here, Tucker Cox, the Jeff City kid, the 1 car in that 4th spot, ran out your top 5. Larry Jones, El Dorado Springs, Missouri in the 99. Delaware restart once again. 15 in the books, 15 yet to finish. We are halfway through.
Johnny Fenwell gave it a run to Jimmy Dow. Dow held him off. And you also have to give Justin Wells a ton of credit for after his battle with Tucker Cox and Larry Jones to get back up to 3rd, right back on the back bumper of Johnny Fenwell. Cards are playing right for Jimmy Dow right now. If you can get about 8 laps, 9 laps in before getting up to lap traffic, and then a caution come out, let you restack them and pack them, when you have that front row all to your own, just seems like everything is working perfectly for Jimmy Dow right now.
Jimmy Dow jumping off to a great start as we're going to take one out of turn number 4 in front of row number 2. This time, green flag flies. Again, Dow out to a good start. Here comes Fenwell. Fenwell under the underside. It is Justin Wells. Wells takes them both as they go into turn number 3. Now it's side by side for the lead. As they come out of 4, it's going to be Johnny Fenwell. Justin Wells in second.
Little bobble by Jimmy Dow, and now you see him lose another position. Tucker Cox gets to the inside. Battle up front, it's Johnny Finewald holding off Justin Wells. That completes lap 17.
Shane, it may be exactly what you said earlier. It may be the tires have went away on that 81 car of Jimmy Dow's, and he's having a hard time keeping up with traffic. As the other two, the 21 and the 98, took good care of their tires. They're jumping out. Here comes Bob Cummings as they catch lap traffic.
Well, the car got upset over in turns 1 and 2 on that restart, and Johnny Finewald was able to capitalize. We call Bobby Pierce the smooth operator. I think Johnny Finewald is that version here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Not a lot gets him rattled. He is able to pick and choose lines as good as anyone. And now in our closing laps, we've got 10 to go. Question is, can he hold off Justin Wells, who has pretty much been Mr. Untouchable this year with 10 wins?
He said he was going to have something for Justin Wells. He's starting to prove it. That 21 doing a fine job as he got a back up on the track. The 98 of Justin Wells, who has been dominant all season long, now showing he is starting to reel in the leader here tonight.
Got him by half a second that time around. Another car drops off the pace. Off to the pit area goes Bobby Ruff. 7 to go this time by, and Justin Wells can't gain any ground on Johnny Finewald, but lap traffic gets around Cummings. Morris the next to go a lap down, and Johnny Finewald has his hands full with him. Coming into the inside, Justin Wells will capitalize. Lap traffic may do Johnny Finewald in, but will Morris return the favor on Justin Wells? Down the backstretch they go. Neither of the top two cars have been able to get around the lapped car of Jake Morris. Morris now to the inside. Wells dives to the inside in turns 1 and 2. He will clear the lap car. Johnny Finewald will now get by, but that took 2 laps for the lead cars to get around Morris, and Justin Wells did it smoother than Johnny Finewald, and that might be the decision maker for J-Dub. To the inside of Escamilla goes Wells. Can another set of lapped cars help Johnny Finewald out in catching up with the track champ? 2 more times around. Justin Wells used the pick. You see damage to the right side of Johnny Finewald. And now that gap gets bigger. After Justin Wells finally grabbed the lead, he took off. 1 more time around. J-Dub, a 10-time winner during the regular season. Ran well during some of the major shows, and now a $2,000 winner is J-Dub. Justin Wells by 3.5 seconds over Johnny Finewald.